Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Around midnight of 29th of September, Indian Standard Time, Moon will leave the zodiac sign of Libra and move to the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Now Scorpio is the zodiac of debilitation of the Moon. But Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, is currently under the direct aspect of Mars from the sign of Taurus. What is happening in Taurus? Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is debilitated in the sign of Virgo, 11th from the Moon. And the ruler of Virgo is retrograde and about to end its retrogression. In fact, Mercury, ruler of Virgo, will end the retrogression few hours after Moon leaves Scorpio and enters Sagittarius. That means mind is under this web of energy of Mars, Venus, Buddha. So definitely this means that this is going to be more affecting your engagement, social engagement, and your engagement with the surrounding, your engagement with people around you, with your team, with your spouse, with your family members. And you may feel a bit down and you may feel a bit sad about what is happening around you. What can you do about this? You have to see that whether you can actually do something constructive about it, and if you cannot, then you just need to focus on your self-development. You have to take the criticism in a positive manner and not that you will always defend yourself or always be ready to fight. Sometimes you must take the criticism in a way that it's like if somebody throws stones at you, you build your bridges. That. So this attitude will take you farther into your positive direction, because unnecessary enmity, because of your frustration or because you think, because of your attitude of defending everything, will only worsen the situation. Now, there is a retrograde Saturn third from the Moon, which means constant effort, which is a good thing. But then why are you repeating your effort? That matters a lot. Which means we are talking here about intention of karma. If you're trying to do something, what is your real intent behind that? If your intent is positive, if your intent is constructive, still you can go ahead with that. But if you're just trying to prove you have been hurt and now you want to show your power, or if this is just a matter of excessive karma towards somebody, like you are overdoing your duty, anything in excess, anything in negative will only bring you more sadness. It will be a vicious circle, and ultimately you will think that you need to get out of this. So this feeling of getting out of this loop will increase during Moon transit in the sign of Scorpio. Jupiter aspect on the Moon and Jupiter aspect on Venus, Mercury and Sun is very crucial here. That means this is more about learning rather than debating. Rahu will be in the 6th house in Bharani, and which means that you may have to fight some battle which is thrown at you. Maybe, it's a debate which you are not doing for the sake of proving anything, but if it is a defense, like if the war is on you, somebody point finger at you and somebody tries to blame you, somebody tries to accuse you, then the defense is natural. Again, intent of your defense matters here. Rahu in the 6th house can create unnecessary disputes, especially between brothers, siblings, and this can create issues with your spouse. Some old issue can come up and you might feel irritated throughout the day. So is it a very negative time? Well, see, this is the when your Moon is afflicted in your birth chart, you might feel slightly irritated. But otherwise, you will see that if Moon is strong in your birth chart, you will be in a more or less positive situation. But if Moon is very strong in your birth chart, say if Moon has a Martian connection with your birth chart, then this is when you will be under rage. You will be under this feeling of revenge. So be very careful. You can chant Bhagwan Shiva mantra, just simply pray Om Namah Shivaya and then chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. In fact, 3 times per day during the moon transit till 2nd of October, and you will see this emotions will become more and more humble. This is the time to remain grounded. Do a lot of grounding meditation, grounding exercises, detoxify yourself, correct your diet. This is definitely not the time to initiate anything related to marriage, especially if you are Scorpio or Taurus ascendant or moon sign. This is also not the time to initiate a court case, initiate a divorce proceedings, unless if it is what you have planned for so long, if it just happens to be during this time. Because initiating a war at a time when moon is in Scorpio and moon is weak, Venus is weak, is really not a good idea. This is the time when everybody should come together and as a humanity should help each other. This is the time when you should interact with your surrounding in a positive manner. You should think about environment. You should think about your social involvement. You should think about your contribution to society. You should think about your contribution to nature. What small efforts can you take? If each one of us take even one small step, imagine if billions of us takes one small step, how far further the humanity can go. That's a collective consciousness, that's the power of collective progress. That is where we have to target during this time. Students may feel slightly difficult to understand the subjects. Students may feel that they are distracted. So if you have to concentrate on something for these 3 days, just take a break from social media, just take a break from any distraction, and you will see that you are doing good. In case of people who want to invest a lot of money, businessmen, you will see there will be growth, because business need competitive environment, career will need competitive environment, and that competitive environment will be fueled by Rahu. But then again, intent of the competition, is it a healthy competition or is it a competition which is fueled by politics, and you want to go ahead by putting somebody aside, putting somebody down? If you've been negative, Mars will immediately turn out to be negative. Remember, neither moon has support, neither Mars has support, neither Venus has support, neither Mercury is strong. Jupiter is trying to hold the pieces together through knowledge, through vidya, and through deep thinking. The more analytical you are, the more powerful you will be, the more correct your decisions will be. And one more thing, this is also the time when you are taking up more responsibility. You are showing that with great power comes great responsibility, and you are also ready to deep dive. You're thinking deep before taking any action. You may also practice silence, especially if your second houses or second and third houses having Rahu, Ketu and Saturn, or an afflicted moon in these 2 houses. And correct your food habits. Be careful when you are playing with fire, like in the kitchen, because there will be chances of fire hazard if it is the one that is in your horoscope. Also, when you are going for swimming, when you're playing with water, be careful, conserve water and feed fishes. Not like an aquarium at home. I really don't like people placing aquarium at home. It's like, blocking a jiva in a confinement for your own happiness. It is like you have to keep the jiva, the creature, in their habitat. So if you can just give some food to fishes in a pond or a lake nearby, wherever it is possible, that will be great. Learn about the Dashavatar of Mahavishnu and the evolution of the Dashavatar. How it is related to human evolution, what the message it wants to give. Also, reading more about Samudra Manthan from the Shastras are some of the ways by which you can gather knowledge. And this knowledge is what will fuel the progress, the growth during this moon transit. So I wish you all the best, and we welcome the month of October with a lot of happiness, and we also celebrate the Durga Puja, the Navratri. We'll meet you in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Also connect me on Instagram and Telegram for reels, interesting stuff, and for consultations, please drop me an email. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is yours, Punneit. Namaste.